first grade. Today we are going to be working on another monoprint, but this time we are going to use marker. At your table, you will have several sheets of paper. I first want you to write your name on 4. So it's just real small, in a corner, on 4 sheets. That will be your first step. You're going to make 4 separate monoprint pictures today. Okay. After you have them done, you're going to set them aside. And at your seat, you also have what's called a printing plate. It's simply made out of foil and cardboard. You have a box of crayons. You have a damp paper towel and a dry paper towel, and I'll show you what those are for later. And you also have a cup of water with a big brush. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to draw your first picture on the list. And I put your house. You can draw your house, or you can draw your dream house, or just a setting with homes in it. So what I'm going to do is just start drawing out what I want my house picture to look like. I start with a house. I think I'm going to give it a garage. You can use as many colors as you'd like. If you use a simple line design, it tends to turn out better. If you color a lot or fill it in, sometimes it gets blurry. It kind of smushes together. Remember, we are drawing this so that we can make a print from it. There's my driveway. Let's see, I think I'm going to do a nice red garage door and some grass. And trees. Maybe some tree trunks that's going to go behind. I'm going to color that in, maybe give it some branches. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. I'll give it one cloud in the sky and a sun. Okay. I use 2 colors on my sun, and I think that they'll show up on the paper. After your composition is complete, you are going to grab your first sheet of paper. And this is where the water comes in. You are going to push your picture aside and give your paper some water. Now, your brush itself might be really soaked. You want to kind of either push it on the edges of your cup to get it a little bit less water. You don't want to soak your paper so much that it starts to feel like it's ripping or dripping. So I'm painting my paper right in the middle where I plan to print. You can see that it's not totally soaked, but just a little bit wet. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my wet side of my paper and line it up with my plate, setting it in as much as I can in the middle, and then I'm going to push down and lightly brush with my hands. You don't want to scrub or rub hard because your paper's wet and you don't want it to be damaged. You also have to be careful with the foil. You don't want that to rip either. Kind of give it some pressure, which means to push down and rub. And when you can see it kind of coming through the paper, it looks like it might have transferred already. You're going to peel one corner very slowly. And there you have it, a monoprint with marker. So now you have a list of drawings to do. And what you need to do to get the drawing off of your plate is you use your damp paper towel. It's not very wet, but it helps to kind of clean it off. And if it does seem like it's a little too wet, you're just going to lightly dry it. I'm not pushing or pulling very hard because I don't want my foil to break. Then you just go on and you do the next lesson. If you'd like, after you get through the whole list, you can make whatever choice you'd like. And when you're done, you're going to put these monoprints on the drying rack so that they can dry nice and flat. You are going to throw your own paper toweling away. Please clean off your plate before you're finished because I'd like to reuse these in the future. You're going to snap caps of all of your markers and put them back inside your box. You're going to put your pencil in your basket. And then you can nicely walk the water over to the sink drop your brush in the sink. Miss Monnot will clean it up. And if you have any drips at your table, you can always dry it with paper towel, but today we do not need sponges. Thank you so much for listening, first grade. I'm so glad that you are learning a different way to monoprint.